Terror groups now joining forces. Why different countries in Africa are now coming together to fight the two extremist groups after Boko Haram pledges allegiance to the Islamic State.
From Omaha's only hour of primetime news, this is the Fox 42 News at 9.
Good evening, I'm Monty Torres.
And I'm Laura Berry. Thank you for joining us. We start off tonight with breaking news out of Maryland, where a gunman has reportedly shot a security guard at the U.S. Census Bureau and barricaded himself inside. Initial reports say it began when the man rammed the security gates outside with his car. Police say the gunman then ran from the guards, shooting one in the chest. The guard was seriously hurt and rushed to the hospital. Right now, the FBI is on the scene investigating what happened. So far, no one else has been hurt. We'll continue to bring you updates throughout the show.
Bill Steckus, Fox 42 News.
Bill, sounds like an eventful day. Well, even before the Mavericks joined the Frozen Four, there's been huge support for the team from local hockey fans. Next fall, Mavs fans will have a new arena where they can watch the team play. The $82 million facility is now under construction and will eventually seat 7,500 fans. According to UNO, the bulk of the tickets sold will likely go to students, with the rest being sold to the team's other dedicated fans. At this point, school officials are not worried about filling all of those seats.
Along to the Metro very soon.
Sounds good, Kevin. Well, a local university is teaming up with the Salvation Army to fight back against hunger. Together, they're doing it through a food drive. But what you're about to see is no ordinary drive. Fox 42's Paul Gutierrez shows us how it's different and how some students are getting a better understanding of what it means to be homeless. Paul,
well, Laura, let me show you year-round. Laura?
Some good ideas there, Paul, and stay warm. It looks real chilly out there. For a complete list of items you're encouraged to drop off, we've set up a link on our website. Just head to fox42kptm.com and click on the food drive story. You can find it on our homepage.
The South Carolina Police.
Today, Ralston high schoolers experienced firsthand the dangers of texting in the driver's seat. Well, sort of anyway. AT&T and the Ralston High School hosted an event that allows teens to use a simulator to drive home. They experienced the dangers of texting behind the wheel using that device there. The high schoolers also took a pledge not to text while driving.
More than 500 rats and not having a license.
The riverfront will be the place to be during the last week of May. Los Fest in Council Bluffs is joining forces with the Maha Music Festival and Taste of Omaha. Memorial Weekend kicks off the week-long festival with a Chicago concert. Other activities include movies and picnics in the park. The festival starts on Saturday, May 23rd and ends on Sunday, May 31st. It's all happening at the Tom Hannafin River's Edge Park in Council Bluffs.
Sounds like a fun place to be.
It does.
Still to come, teaming up to fight terrorists.
After months of high-profile mishaps and scandals, the Secret Service is facing yet another troubling accusation.
A supervising agent for the service is now in some hot water after claims of a sexual assault from another employee at the agency's own headquarters. Fox 42 News senior political reporter general.
Surveillance video inside a Kentucky middle school has now been released after a school resource officer is caught on camera assaulting a 13-year-old student. You can see the student shove the officer here in the video, and the district says when the officer gets back up without saying a word, he chokes the child unconscious. Police and the school district are looking into another startling claim that the same officer struck another 13-year-old in the face just 5 days earlier. The school says the officer has since been fired. In light of the recent police shooting in South Carolina where an officer shot a man while he was running away, police officers nationwide are now under additional scrutiny. Our Tom Becca gives his take on possible solutions in tonight's Becca's Beat.
The call is now going out for African nations to band together to battle the terror group Boko Haram.
Hundreds of refugees are now fleeing the terror group to the country of Chad, which has pledged to lead the charge. Fox 42 national correspondent Jeff Barnes explains that now that Boko Haram has pledged allegiance to the Islamic State, both extremist groups are now spreading fear on two different continents. The United Nations has announced it plans to raise more than $170 million to help support the nearly 200,000 refugees that fled Boko Haram.
A Wisconsin man is now in some serious trouble with the Justice Department. The Islamic State. The Turkish government turned Van Haften over yesterday in Chicago to face charges.
She's known as the military mistress, and now police say she's on the run again after another crime spree, and this time she's not alone. The Oregon woman is on marriage number 15. That's right, 1515. Police say the woman is no stranger to being in trouble with the law because she's famous for marrying military men, then running off with their money. Now she and her latest husband are on the run after being accused of stealing a car right out of a dealership parking lot.
Still ahead tonight, it was their first time in the Frozen Four. The Mavericks may have lost their game tonight in their first appearance in the College Hockey Championship, but are still making waves in the sport. We want to get to some breaking news right now out of Illinois. Look at that, a tornado touching down west of Chicago.
Wow, this video just in our newsroom right now. This large wedge tornado hit either in or near the town of Rochelle. There are reports of a restaurant roof collapsing, and we're hearing that about a dozen people were inside. We'll bring you more on this later in our newscast, and wow, that is one big funnel cloud.
It's a terrible sight.
Yes, first half of next week.
Wow.
It's a very good place to be.
Yeah, like a weather smorgasbord.
It's
some
a
warmth, some
it's a
snow.
roller coaster ride in Omaha with weather all the time, pretty much.
Certainly.
Yeah.
All right,
That it is. Well, in a growing number of pediatricians' offices around the country, parents may soon be able to get more services for their children, all in one place.
That's right. That's because now more than medical doctors may be working from the same office. There may be mental health professionals there, too. These doctors are now pairing up with pediatricians.
A snack you might think of as healthy could make you sick. A massive recall is underway for a normally healthy food that could be in your fridge right now. Sabra is one of the most popular hummus companies. It's now recalling 30,000 cases of its products for possible Listeria contamination. Listeria is a potentially deadly bacterium that can cause fevers, headaches, and severe nausea. The Food and Drug Administration is urging anyone who might have bought the hummus recently and might still have it in their fridge to throw it away immediately.
Don't want to mess with that.
Certainly not.
Well, several police departments are now on the hunt for a less lethal alternative to using firearms.
A brand new device mixing pepper spray and pistols could be just the answer agencies are looking for. Reporter Mike McClanahan from Fox 42 News partner WIAT in Pelham, Alabama, looks into the pepper spray gun that's gaining a lot of popularity. The model we saw the Alabama Police Department testing out shoots more than 400 miles per hour. That's fast. Well, right now there are more than a dozen pepper spray guns available, and they're cheap and effective alternatives to firearms, some say. So that's kind of interesting. And Ralph, I guess we're going to hear about hockey tonight. Is that?
Wish we had some better news
Yeah.
for everybody out there. Unfortunately, we do not. Coming up in sports.
Well, prom night's supposed to be one of the most glamorous and celebrated nights for a young student.
But what happens when you're stuck in the hospital for years? Reporter Bailey Maloney from Fox 42 News partner WDAM in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, explains how a teen boy wasn't afraid to bring prom night to his girlfriend's bedside to make sure she didn't miss out on her special night.
Victor McDonald.
Raven LaFleur's family has started a GoFundMe account to help raise money for her hospital bills. They're hoping to raise around $5,000.
Wish them the best with that one.
Definitely.
We'll be right back.
Finally tonight, as Monty knows, stardom comes with a cost.
Yes, it does. Sometimes rock stars have to be careful of fans getting caught up in the moment. A daring fan at a And that's our newscast for tonight. Thanks for joining us. I'm Monty Torres.
And I'm Laura Berry. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.